scorekeeper is ready, let's begin. Round one is still reach. What was the last province to join Confederation? Ian.
Newfoundland.
That's correct. What was the name of the first permanent French colonial?
Port Royal. That's it. I can't see your names at all, but
no, it's not right.
You don't. You have to finish the question. Was that it?
First permanent French colonial territory in North America.
Montreal.
Excuse me?
Montreal.
No. It's Acadia, which is the territory as opposed to there's a permanent settlement.
Aaron?
In the 17th century, John Locke wrote two treatises of government. He was defending the supremacy of what institution? Yeah. Yeah.
Parliament.
That's correct. In service with the RCIF until 1966, what monoplane was used to train more World War II pilots than any other aircraft? Will.
Spitfire.
No. It was the Harvard. 30-point open question on literature, especially Jules Verne. For what genre of writing does Jules Verne? Yeah, science fiction. That's correct. What was the name of his first published story? Yeah, Journey to the Center. That's not right. Yeah.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
It was 5 weeks in a balloon. What other amount of time did it take the characters of another story? Yes, please. That's correct. 30-point open question on mathematics. Between which two whole numbers does the square root of 300 lie? Will.
16, 17.
That's not correct. Yeah?
17.
That is correct. To four significant digits, what is the value of the square root of 2? Carol?
1.4142.
That's correct. If the area of a square is 0.0225 meters, what is the perimeter of the square? Yeah.
0.15.
No. No.
Again? Well, it's 0.6 meters, which is 4 times length on one side. Here we have a 40-point team question, and this is a two-part team question. Whichever team is the first to answer correctly the 10-point scramble question in part 1 is then eligible for the remaining 10-point questions in part 2. Scramble for 10 points. Anglicanism is a denomination of what religion? Frank.
Protestant.
Can you be more general?
Of what religion?
Christianity.
Of what religion? It's a denomination of what religion?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I asked him to be more general. And
Yeah, I know. And did he say the right answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Christianity.
Yeah. The remaining questions deal with Anglicanism. The Anglican faith is based on 2 books. One is the Bible, and what is the other one? You guys don't get answers. It's the Book of Common Prayer. Name the educational institute where the first sessions of the General Synod of the Church of England occurred in September of 1893.
Cambridge University.
It was Trinity College in Toronto. What Canadian city, then just a community, did the Colonial and Continental Church Society, founded in 1838, establish Emmanuel College to train the clergy? Saskatoon. The 40-point open question on Pierre Berton. Where was one of Canada's...
Yukon.
Yukon, that's a part of the right answer. Oh, where? Right. It's not. Can you be more specific? Which?
Whitehorse.
Right.
That's right. What was the title of his first book about the building of the Canadian Pacific Railway, issued in 1917? Ian.
The Last Spike.
It's not correct. It was National Dream. Which 1975 book by Pierre Berton examines the Hollywood film industry's misrepresentation of Canada in its movies? Frank.
Big Daddy and Scarlet Coat.
It was Hollywood's Canada. What war was the subject of Pierre Berton's 1980 book, The Invasion of Canada, and his 1981 book, Well? That's correct. 30-point open question on the letters E-I-S. What do we call a person who professes to be learning or to have learned something from... Yes? No. What do we call a person who professes to be learning or to have learned something from another and who maintains that he has learned is based on the... Well,
Disciple.
that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. A process by which bacteria and other microorganisms are capable of causing... Yes?
No.
That's not the one. Other microorganisms capable of causing disease are destroyed. The answer is disinfection. Here's a multi-point assigned question on classical music. Here's a assigned question on classical music in which each member of each team is assigned a 10-point question. If you miss your question, then you counterpart on the opposing team will have a chance at it for 5 points. I shall name a piece of music and you will name the composer. Are we actually playing this? No.
No, just the title.
Okay, for Frank, the opera The Marriage of Figaro.
Oh, sorry.
That's correct. For Katie, the opera The Barber of Seville. You? It was Rossini. For Will, the ballets The Firebirds and The Rite of Spring.
Firebird. There's no S on it.
Great.
Nope. Stravinsky. For Ian, the oratorio The Messiah.
Handel.
That's correct. And for Matthew, the orchestral work Finlandia. Right?
Sibelius.
That's correct, for 5 points. For Colin, the orchestral work The Enigma Variations.
No discussion, please, on top.
Katie? It was Elga. For the orchestral fantasy Carnival of the Animals. Well, Saint-Saëns.
Saint-Saëns.
And for Carol, the opera Fidelio. Nope. Ian? It was Beethoven. 30-point open question on the Vatican City. Vatican City is an independent state created by what treaty? Yeah. Nope. Again? It was the Lateran Treaty. The Vatican is also located near the right bank of what river in Rome? Ian?
The Tiber.
That's correct. Michelangelo's paintings in the Sistine Chapel were commissioned by who? Yes. Frank?
Leo the Tenth.
It was Pope Julius II. The 40-point snap break to end the round. What is the cube root of 729? Ian?
9.
That's correct. Who was the 1990 National League starting pitcher in the All-Star game? Frank?
Armstrong.
That's correct. Which rock group recorded the single High Voltage? Will? That's correct. The European recovery program after World War II is better remembered.
Marshall Plan.
That's correct. We're at the end of the round.
Okay. Yeah, it's in my dark. Yeah. Hold reset.
40-point snap start to round 2. Who discovered oxygen? Katie?
Priestley?
That's correct. What U.S. state was declared an independent republic in 18... Yes, that's correct. What is the atomic number of carbons? Yeah, 6. That's correct. Who wrote about tests of the Dubervilles? Katie?
Thomas Harding?
That's correct. Here's a what am I question. In fact, it's a what fictional character are we question. That's worth 40 points, blah, 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 blah. Clue A, we're little people smaller than dwarves. Yes.
Munchkin?
That's not correct. Smaller than dwarves. We love peace and quiet and dislike machinery. However, we're very handy with tools and like to build things.
Reset, please.
Well,
The Smurfs.
that's incorrect.
Reset.
Clue B, we're quite nimble, but we hate hurrying. Ian,
Gnomes.
that's not correct. We have sharp ears and eyes and yes, that's not correct either. And are inclined to be fat. We like to wear bright colors, but seldom wear shoes. What did you hear?
Yeah, if Katie's buzzing in for 20 points now.
Yeah,
Leprechauns?
that's
No.
not correct either. For clue C, we like to laugh and eat words. That's also not correct. We like to laugh and eat and drink and have parties. We inhabit a land we call the Shire. Ian,
Hobbits.
that's correct for 10 points.
Oh, Jesus. Reset, please.
30-point open question on baseball. What is Canada's national amateur baseball organization called? Will,
The CABA.
it's the Canadian Federation of Amateur Baseball. Name the first American player to be inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame.
Ferguson Jenkins.
Nope. Good one.
Volkswagen.
It was Glenn Rocky Nelson. Name either of the two men who formed the first Canadian League of Baseball in 1876.
Sorry?
Nope. Ian? Right. It was Sleeman and Gorman. There's a 30-point open question on word puzzles. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning in mining? Any tunnel in a mine used for hauling to create a second word meaning measured from side to side. Yes? H? Nope. Ian? Will?
T.
It's B for road and broad. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning a cardinal number in between 1 and 15 to become a second word meaning extent or distance upward? Ian.
H.
That's correct for 8 and hate. What letter must be added to the beginning of a word meaning in tennis a serve which the opponent fails to touch? Yes. No. To become a second word meaning in geometry, any one of the bounding surfaces of a solid figure. Katie.
F?
That's correct for ace and face. 40-point open question on self-defense. What system of unarmed self-defense involves the use of knees? Will.
Judo.
It's not correct. Knees, elbows, or feet for kicks and blows to the body. Yes.
Karate.
That's correct. Of the 3 areas of karate training, which involves the acrobatic forms of punching, kicking, blocking, and dodging? Will.
Ninjutsu.
Ridgemont? It's K-tap. What is the name of for a karate school? Ian.
God.
I'll take it you don't know. Ridgemont. That's correct. What is the name of a loose-fitting white jacket and pants traditionally worn? Yes.
G.
Yes. 40-point open question on science and water. What name is given to the specific conditions in which water can exist in all 3 states? It is the triple point. In 1781, Cavendish announced that he had created water by burning hydrogen, but 2 years later, who showed that water was not an element? Yes. Nope. Ian? It was Antoine Lavoisier. What is the chemical formula for water? Will.
H2O.
That's correct. Water originates from the Latin word unda, meaning what? Will.
Wait.
That's correct. 40-point open questions on animals and gophers. The name gopher comes from the French word gauffre, which means what? Frank. are native only to what continent? Will.
North America?
That's correct. To what family do gophers belong? Will.
Mammal?
No,
No.
it's not family. Yeah?
No.
It says here that the...
Rodentia is the order. And
They're,
Mammalia is the
Juvenile.
class. So,
With
picky,
a length
picky.
of 12 inches or more, the largest species of gopher is found in Panama and is what distinctive color? Will.
Red.
No. Yes? It's black. It's a 40-point open question on Canadian firsts. What was the name of the first aircraft to be made in Canada? Frank.
De Havilland.
Ridgemont?
Silver Arrow.
It was the Badet 1. Who built Canada's first automobile in 1867? It was Henry Taylor. Name the first Canadian to cross the final frontier when the U.S. Space Shuttle Challenger was launched from Florida's Kennedy. Ian.
Mark Garneau.
That's correct. 40-point snack break to end the round. What product was Andrew Carnegie's fortune based? Ian.
Hiram.
Yeah.
We'll take that. What is the capital of Taiwan? Yes.
Taipei.
That's correct. Name the currency used in Venezuela.
Yeah. Bolivar.
That's correct. Who was the founder of the Boy Scout movement? Will.
Powell.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a 1-minute break until round 3.
Another 10 points. And the score,
And the score is 255 for Nepean, 100 for Ridgemont.
okay. No problems. Let's go, get on with it.
You guys ready?
No, we go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Who was the Hungarian Prime Minister at the time of 1956? Frank.
Emir Nagy.
That's correct. What turbojet aircraft introduced by Air Canada?
Avalera.
That's incorrect. Introduced by Air Canada in 1966, carries 95 passengers at 530 miles per hour. Yes. It's DC-9. What is the largest lake in Africa? Will.
Victoria.
That's correct. What Peanuts character is crazy about
Charlie Brown.
no, it's crazy about Beethoven. That's correct. It's a 40-point team question. In this 2-part team question, whichever team is the first to answer correctly the 10-point Scrabble question to part 1 is then eligible for the remaining 10-point questions to part 2. Scrabble for 10 points. What renowned pop group was sometimes known as the Fab Four? Ian.
The Beatles.
That's correct. And the following questions deal with the Beatles. What was the name of the Liverpool tavern in which was the home base of the group before they went abroad? It was the Cavern. Which Beatle is the oldest?
John Lennon.
It is Ringo Starr. What is the name of the record company which the Beatles formed in 1968?
Apple.
That's correct. The 40-point open question on the first lines from books. These questions deal with first lines from books. Identify each book from the first line. The first line of which book is, in the beginning,
Bible.
Will. That's correct. It was a tale that, well,
Yeah, okay.
No, that won't do. It was, yes. Well, I'm tiebreaker. Scarlett O'Hara was not beautiful. Yes. Yes. Once upon a time, and a very good time it was, there was a moo cow coming down along the road. Will.
The Hobbit.
No.
The cow that jumped over the moon.
It was a portrait of the artist as a young man. 30-point open question on Canadiana. Identify the following noted women of Western Canada. Born in the Piedmont Reserve in Saskatchewan, who has become an international recording star? Frank.
Buffy St. Mary.
That's correct. Born in Lumsden, Saskatchewan, who wrote the Penguin Book of Canadian Folk Songs?
Joni Mitchell.
Nope. Yes. It was Edith Pope. Which feisty British Columbian newspaper woman was awarded the Order of Canada in 1971? a 30-point open question on international bids for the 1996 Olympics. Who was president of the Toronto Olympic Council? Frank. Ridgemont. Yes.
Megan?
It was Paul Henderson. What country delegated actress Melina Minapuri? Yes.
Greece.
That's correct. Paul Henderson was an Olympic competitor in what category? Yes.
Hockey.
No. Ridgemont.
Yeah.
Yes. Skiing. It was sailing. Multi-point snap out to end the game. Name the Canadian who, in 1891, invented the game of basketball. Will.
Naismith.
That's correct. Bass is a name applied to 3 fish families. Name any one of those fish families.
Where's the salmon?
No. Katie?
Pike?
No. We have sea bass, sunfish, and temperate bass. At what tennis tournament did the young Canadian star Carling Bassett win her first Grand Prix? Will.
U.S. Open.
No. Ridgemont.
Australia.
It was Strasbourg. Of the order Chiroptera, what flying mammal has 4 limbs modified to form wings? Yes.
The flying squirrel?
Again?
The bat.
That's correct. In what Czech city was the owner of the world's largest? Yes.
Prague.
That's correct. Name the base established by Admiral Richard Byrd in Antarctica in his 1928-29 expedition. Yes.
Or
Nope. This is in Antarctica. It was Little America. Who was the president of Egypt from 1970 to 1980? Yes.
Sadat.
That's correct. In what year was the Cuban Missile Crisis? Frank.
63.
That's not correct.
67.
It was 1962. Like a 2-pronged fork, what steel device? Yes.
Tuning fork.
That's correct. What ceremonial staff symbolizes the speakers of? Yes.
Mace.
That's correct. What is the Gaelic name for Ireland? Ian.
Higher.
That's correct. What system of numbers uses only the 2 digits? Yes.
Fine.
That's correct. What term referred to the hereditary commander of the army in feudal Japan? Ian.
Shogun.
That's correct. And we have one.
One more.
Did I
No,
miss anything?
actually, I goofed on one of the questions, so we'll have to ask that as well. Okay, question 65. We'll have to deduct 10 points from Nepean, make it 385. 385. Question 65. I goofed on the answer. Okay, so give Ridgemont a chance to.
Ridgemont, we'll give it a holding tiebreaker.
No, give Ridgemont 65. Question 65 again.
Okay.
No.
Who was the founder of the Boy Scout movement for Ridgemont?
Yeah, I think Nepean, you said Powell, eh?
Yeah.
Just Powell.
And we have,
It's a hyphenated name, Baden Powell. So.
and we have one straight up tiebreaker.
Yeah, and one tiebreaker. Yeah.
What is the apex of a triangle called? Yeah.
The summit.
Nope. Vertex.
Okay.
That's
And the
it.
final score?
That's the end of the game with the team with 285, Ridgemont with 150.
Okay, Ridgemont, Lisgar didn't know they were supposed to play against you today, so if you just stay there, Ridgemont, get Lisgar up there. Nepean, if you can stay one more extra game to play Hillcrest, I'd appreciate it.